What's up YouTube, it's Scotty Dog here and it's your friendly bitch here coming at you with another No Man's Sky video. Guys, today No Man's Sky has finally been released. And basically, I want to discuss everything you need to know and get you started within No Man's Sky. Okay, because No Man's Sky is actually quite a complicated game. There's quite a lot to understand, to pick up and to learn, because they really don't tell you and explain to you how you do things in the game. Okay, so No Man's Sky is a game that lets you live out your wildest science fiction exploration fantasies, and it does so without falling into traditional gaming categories. It doesn't have realistic guns, scripted action set pieces, guys. This game, created by a comparatively small team of artists and coders, has captured the interest of a large swaths of gamers and non-gamers alike. Based almost solely on its unprecedented premise, there are 18 quintillion planets in No Man's Sky, and we're all invited to explore them. The experience you have in No Man's Sky will be unique to you. The game is so big, guys, so largely free of direction, that the adventure can feel frustrating at first. But before you can fix your ship and leave one of the quintillion planets, you're asked to quickly learn the essential rules of the universe. So, guys, here is everything I wish I knew. Me, personally, I knew that I wish I knew before I started playing this game. And this is for you guys. So if you're new to playing the game, okay, it's only been released today, guys. But basically, this is kind of to help you guys out there kind of progress further and know the basics of No Man's Sky at the beginning. So guys, let's get into this. Okay, so the first thing, guys, download the day one patch immediately. Most modern games have day one patches, a series of fixes that developer implements after the game gets printed for retail. The day one patch for No Man's Sky is exceptionally important among many other changes. It increases the biodiversity of planets, expands your inventory slots, and rewrites big parts of the main quest. So, the pre-patch experience is pretty different, and more importantly, saves files from before the patch won't necessarily work. So basically, guys, if you played the game before the patch comes out, any save progress won't really work. I know that 842 megabytes can be cumbersome download on some internet connections. That's not really sarcasm, guys, because most people's internet nowadays are pretty good. But it really is essential hit. So you need to download this patch, guys. The game is first and foremost about exploration. While No Man's Sky does have a ultimate goal, wherein you make it to the centre of the universe, the game's main thrust is exploring the vast, unknown universe at your leisure and building your own narratives out of whatever wilderness you find. The first planet will ask of you a good bit of walking. So, but guys, when you first land on the planet, okay, you see it, you will have to do quite a bit of walking. And basically, you have to fix your ship. But once you fix your ship and take off, the game expands in infinite directions. Often you'll have a suggested path. Check out this beacon, go and find what's up with this crystal and signal, etc. So there are little signals out there, guys, that you can follow. But there's no penalty for taking your time or ignoring the quest altogether. Until you get into hyperdrive, however, it is worth focusing on finishing the tutorial first. This is one thing I didn't really do, guys. I kind of just ploughed into it, had no idea what to do, and then I kind of just slowly worked my way through. Now I've probably got about 6 or 7 hours on this game now, so it's pretty crazy, guys. In these early moments, don't forget to regularly use your scanner. Press in the left joystick button on the PS4, guys, which flags every uncommon element, i.e. not carbon, not iron, okay, and point of interest in the nearby vicinity. Whether a planet looks sparse or busy, the scanner will serve as your diving rod for adventure. So you need to use that scanner, guys. You need to get out there. You need to find resources. So it's quite a integral part, guys. Wait, no, it's really not really about resource management. Okay, so it's not really about it. You just need to do it, guys. Okay, for better and for worse, much of your introduction to No Man's Sky will be spent managing inventory, literally moving boxes around early on. The game provides very little information about resources and limits the variety and number of things you can carry. So you have a very small space, guys, on your kind of like inventory. So your exo pack, etc., etc. So it's pretty crappy, guys, at the moment. But once you start progressing through it, you then start unlocking more things. So to get the in the weeds a bit, your exosuit has 12 slots at the start, which you can later upgrade. 3 of which always go to essential life support, etc. Up to 250 pieces of an element can take up a slot at any one time. So for example, if you have 302 pieces of plutonium, 250 pieces will fill up one of your slots and the 62 pieces will fill up another. Your ship has a similar system, although it can hold up to 500 pieces per slot. So you get the idea, guys. There are also upgrades you can craft that will make your everyday experience simpler, but also take up more precious inventory. Do you want to run faster? Not a problem. Just sacrifice a precious inventory slot and craft yourself an upgrade. There are 2 to 3 elements worth carrying on you at all times, i.e. don't immediately transfer these back to your ship: carbon, iron and zinc. And you should always have one spot open for crafting or random encounters when someone wants to give you an item. These elements are useful for crafting key items as well as maintaining your life support and mining tool, and you want them in a pinch. So basically you want these pretty quickly, guys, because obviously these main elements, these 3 kind of elements, you need to kind of like, you need to a fuel for your ship, you need it for your multi-tool. You basically need these elements quite often in the game. You won't fit every resource into your inventory at first, so here are the most important things to collect in the first couple of hours, okay? So, carbon, it is the most essential element in No Man's Sky, able to recharge your mining tool and your life support, both of which can take any red clap isotope. But seriously, only use carbon. Carbon's only used when interacting with random alien encounters. So far, every planet we've gone to has an abundance of carbon. When in doubt, shoot all the plants and trees. Keep some on you at all times. So you need carbon, guys. You need to grab yourself some carbon. The other isotopes, red elements, plutonium and vanadium-9, both are essential for specific tasks. Plutonium recharges your ship's launch thrusters, while Titanium-9 recharges your pulse engine. Both are considered rare, although it is easy to spot plutonium red crystals, same on every planet, and Vanadium-9 is ridiculously common once you're in outer space. Shoot any asteroid. Whenever you find these, it is best to transfer most all back to your ship immediately. Hold down the triangle when you're in menu to keep your exosuit's inventory clean. Okay, so basically you need other isotopes, etc. So, the oxidized yellow icons, guys: iron, zinc and titanium. Iron is in every rock, and though it is essential for early game repair and crafting, its usefulness lessens after you leave the first planet. Zinc and titanium, the rarer oxidized, can also be used to recharge your hazard protection, although a cheaper solution is to run indoors and hop into your ship, if those are options. It is always good to have a bit of zinc on you, if nothing else, and trust that there will be a nearby rock if you really need iron. So there's quite a lot of iron about, guys. You can basically zinc it out. It's pretty good. So there's quite a lot of it out there. Okay, moving on to Iridium and other silicates. So this is the blue stuff, guys. This is the blue elements that you find within the game. Iridium is crucial when you're preparing your hyperdrive. It is also perhaps the most annoying part of the tutorial, which asks you to walk far away from your ship in search of the element. Feel free to transfer additional Iridium to your ship as soon as you get it. You won't often need it on hand. So basically, guys, Iridium is something that you use to upgrade certain aspects of like your weaponry or your multi-tool or your ship, and you need it to upgrade certain parts of it. So Iridium, you do need it, but you don't as you progress through the game, okay? So, green elements. Okay, so this is a long game, and maybe later on this will mean something else. But at this point, all green tinted elements and items only seem to exist for selling in the galactic market. Okay, and while sometimes the market favours one element over the other, given the sparseness of the inventory slots, it may not be a bad idea to sell these often. So basically, guys, you need credits, so sell these green elements often, okay? Same as with the silicates. Feel free to transfer to your ship as soon as you get it to keep your exosuit inventory clean. Okay, so that's basically a little brief kind of introduction, guys, about the elements and how I expect you to use them, guys, and what they are kind of used for. Okay, so moving on. Analyze and upload everything. There's a good money to be made on the galactic market. Every system space station, a few random terrestrial spots provides a place to buy and sell items and upgrades. Prices vary based on each store. A helpful prompt tells you whether or not it's in your favour. There's one of the best ways to make money, but here's an even better way. Hold L2 and look at and analyse every creature you see. The Galactic Library is trying to chronicle everything in the universe, and it seems to have unlimited funds. Press option to open up your library, which lets you rename and upload everything you have found. Systems and planets give you the most credit, but you also get paid for discovering creatures and planets. Random opportunities to buy new ships, multi-tools and suit upgrades pop up from time to time, so having credit on hand, the one thing that doesn't take up inventory space, is vital, guys. So basically, guys, when you're on a planet, no matter what planet you're on, you basically see a plant or an animal. You can basically hold down the L2 button, and you can zoom in with the R3 button, and basically you can scan. You hold it on this particular creature or plant for a couple of seconds, and it will scan it, and it will add it to your inventory, and then basically a prompt will come up saying you have been credited 200 credits. And that's about roughly what you get, guys. You get about 200 credits per kind of like creature or plant and things like if you find. And there is lots of them, guys. Some planets don't have the a lot of creatures or things like that, but most planets have loads and loads of plants and elements, etc. So that's basically a good way of making money, guys. But also the green element stuff also give you good money. Okay, so moving on. Got to go fast. There are 4 speeds of travel in No Man's Sky. Basic acceleration, basic turbo. So basically you hold an acceleration button, which is R2, and then you hold circle at the same time. Using the Pulse engine, hold L1 and L2 in space, and the hyperspeed for traveling between planets. Use this simple checklist. Okay, basically, guys, right, so if someone is more than 2 minutes away, use the pulse drive. If you're on a planet and something is more than 5 minutes away, leave the atmosphere. Use pulse drive, fly back down. So basically, if you're on a planet, guys, and you see someone in the distance, which is really far away, the best thing to do is fly back up into space, fly over it quickly, and then go back down. That's the quickest way of doing it, guys. If for whatever reason you can't use the pulse drive, ask yourself if it's really worth doing the objective at this moment. Maybe find something interesting in the general direction and do that first. Okay, the difference between each method is quite big. 1 hour journey using thrusters may only be 30 seconds by pulse drive. Don't slow down until it says there's only 1 or 2 seconds left in the journey. And don't worry about resourcing the pulse drive. While Fumanium 9 can be annoyingly sparse planetside, it is found particularly everywhere in asteroid space. Be sure to spend a few seconds stocking up before you land. So basically, there's loads of friggin' asteroids about, guys, in space, near space stations, whatever, and you can blow all these motherfuckers up, and you just get loads of Fumanium. Okay, so, yeah, moving on, guys. Come in peace. Don't pick fights. Seriously, not at first. At least. There's a little benefit, and the Galactic Police seem to be everywhere. So these are the Centennials, guys. The Centennials, the Galactic Police, they're everywhere. You do not want to mess with these guys, because they will wreck the shit out of you. Basically, if you do get into a battle, and you are in a fighting battle, and you are shooting against other aircraft or spacecraft or whatever, you don't actually shoot them up directly. There's like a little triangle, white triangle that appears just in front of the vehicle as flying around. If you shoot within this triangle, we actually do direct hit to them. So, and you can get them down pretty quickly. Some of these ones are quite easy to get. It just takes practice, guys, because obviously at first when you're flying around, it's actually quite tough to kind of get used to all the controls of flying. I've turned my controls right down, so the sensitivity of it is really, really low. So it's not as like loose. It's more tighter to drive around in. So yeah. So basically, it's up to you guys what you want to do and how you prefer it. But that's how I kind of do mine. Okay, so. That's one thing that I want to touch on, guys, which is really, really important, I believe, anyway. Okay, don't worry about missed opportunities. There are 18 quintillion planets in the game, each one full of random encounters, many of which simply won't be accessible at first. At the very beginning of No Man's Sky, you'll be find locked cargo that requires an Atlas pass, which is a V1, Atlas V1 pass. Most space stations will have locked doors requiring an Atlas pass. A number of space creatures will ask things of you, and if you don't immediately have the item or resource, or if you make the wrong decision, that choice is lost forever. So basically, if you make a choice, guys, and you've done it, you can't ever go back. It's lost forever. It's okay, really. There's too much out there to see it to retrace your steps. So the first planet, guys, that you basically land on, okay. once you leave that planet and you go into space and you hyperdrive somewhere, okay, that planet potentially could be lost forever. Because the game is that big, the likelihood of you finding that planet again, okay, is next to none. This is massive. There's so many planets out there. So unless you've kind of recorded it and you kind of trace your steps that way, there's no point. There's 18 quintillion planets, guys. It is just ridiculous. So don't even worry about the planet that you found. You probably never go back to it, and you'll just discover other planets. There's no missed opportunity worth returning for. Anything that's essential will be very clearly marked for you in the game, and it's worth heading to those notes. But otherwise, you're going to have to accept that a game this vast will include some points where you can't do the cool thing, be humbled. So you just need to just accept the fact, guys, that this game is massive, and you'll probably most probably never go back to the planet that you've explored. Okay, so let's move on, guys. We're getting near the end of it now. This is literally the last part. Bring your own podcasts, audiobooks, and music, guys. For better or worse, No Man's Sky can be, say, sometimes monotonous adventure. The planets can be rich, but you're still largely spending your time wandering around planets, finding resources, and enjoying the occasional dialogue. I'll give No Man's Sky plenty of credit for its gorgeous audio music. The music is absolutely fucking awesome, guys. I love it. It's so relaxing. So it's a really relaxing game actually to do. But after a few hours, you might want something different. So this music might just get on your nerves after like 3 or 4 hours, and I don't mind it. But obviously, you might want to listen to your own music, guys. This is a great game for catching up on your podcast, getting through a large audiobook, or if nothing else, putting on some Redbone and recreating into the Guardians of the Galaxy. So you can basically stick on some Guardians of the Galaxy music, boom, done and dusted. So that's it, not a love or whatever you want to call it. So really, guys, that is it. That is kind of the information I can give you so far about kind of like my experiences of how I've played it so far, and kind of like my ideas on trying to help you guys progress out there and just kind of learn the game, because there is really no tutorial within this game. They don't really help you with this, so it's very, very difficult at first to kind of understand. And I think any kind of normal human brain just can't fathom and take the concept of how big this game is. So yeah, it's very, very tough now. So it's taken me a little while to kind of put all this together, but that's kind of my idea of how I see it. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. If this video has helped you guys, please leave a like, please comment, please comment, tell me how you finding this game so far. If there's anything else you wish to know, just ask me a question in the comment section below, and I will try my very best to try and help you guys and kind of answer the questions that I can. Obviously, once again, guys, this game is fripping huge. It is massive. It's incomprehensible. You just can't comprehend how big this game is. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying No Man's Sky like I am. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's probably my favourite game at the moment. It's very relaxing, and also at the same time it can be very demanding. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Without further ado, this is S.D.D with another No Man's Sky video of the day, and I will see you on the next No Man's Sky video, guys. Take care.